Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another review. This time is with the Mezco Toys first appearance, Doctor Strange. So let's get started. If you have the previous Doctor Strange, this is one of those things where you go, oh, what's the difference? Why would I want it? Doesn't really matter. If you are big into Doctor Strange, the first appearance Strange with Mezco's look on it is absolutely fantastic. And if you don't want to pay for exclusive, guess what? That's fine. But if you really love the look of Doctor Strange on the previous one, you'll absolutely love this one, and I'll tell you why. You get the same figure, obviously, articulation-wise, but you get a nice look that gives you the classic look while giving you also a little bit of the modern uptake, especially with the symbol in the middle, the orb of Agamotto, not actually the eye. I'm sorry, not the orb, the amulet of Agamotto, and a blue cape. And I don't know if you guys are reading the comics now, but before the Mark Waid stuff, Strange kind of lost all magic on Earth. So he switched back up to a blue cape. So I really like the look of him kind of going back to his roots of the first appearance. So it's a definitely cool look for me. I like that they kind of did this. So it's a big deal for me. But anyway, let's strip you of this. And let's talk about articulation very quickly. The head can go up, it can move down, has a very nice tilt, can tilt side to side, rotate 360 degrees if you need it to be. The one thing I'm actually worried about that some people actually talk about a lot is the silver lining at the top of the cape. That really doesn't bother me, but I know if you chip and flake at it, it'll actually look really bad. But I only have this problem on my new one. I really don't have this problem on my older Doctor Strange. As you can see, it's not an issue there. I guess because this collar is a tad bit shorter here. So I just want to keep that in mind for everybody. As far as articulation in the arms, just like Joker, you actually get the single jointed arms that only can go about this far and rotate. Let's fix this. There we go. They only go about single jointed and they rotate. But I still think they do a really great job with Strange, especially because he can lift his arm a bit easier than other characters can. I think that's really dope. I know some people have real trouble doing that. This rotating hinge is actually done really well as well. Mine still doesn't have forward crunch. I think that it's there, but I just don't want to take the chance. It can tilt side to side very easily. So that's actually pretty good. The lower articulation is actually pretty nice. Mine is still making a little bit of noise. I got to fix that squeaking, but I'll work on that later. And as far as leg articulation goes, just like the previous one, you can go up very easily. It's double jointed as well. So as you can see, it rotates out and it has a thigh swivel. So it's not one of those things that it doesn't have a nice bit of articulation. The ankle pivot is actually very, very good. It is a mix of the Spider-Man ankle pivot, the one that we got, the good one on the black suit. So as you can see here, it's really done really, really well. The cloth right here is not wired, but it does look really nice free flowing. It's actually a slightly different fabric, more like a velvet, I should say. And it has a little bit of outlying brown on it. Kind of give you that that Ditko Kirby look. Definitely more Ditko, sorry. And I got that mixed up last time. I totally forgot about that. So thanks for that correction. Let's rotate this thigh out, fix this articulation. And when we're going to talk about its cloak of levitation. This is actually a blue one. It actually looks slightly different because the buttons are more round instead of it actually just looking invisible. It's actually held together with magnetic buttons. You place them side to side by the orb of Agamotto, and it's really done really, really well. It actually, I want to take it off, so I want to talk about how it actually has a very nice wire. So if you want to do some really cool stuff, it actually stays very strong and wide, and it's very thin as well. So it's one of those things where you actually don't have to stress about how it's wired. Because it's so nicely wired, it actually just fits in really, really well. So if you're descending, as you can see, it's holding its pose very well. Oop, let's fix you right over here. So if you're descending or look like you're floating down, it actually holds very well. Or flying. Anything you want to do, it just looks really good right now in Strange. I'm going to leave him like that because it actually looks really cool. One of the things I actually want to talk about, I don't know why I keep doing this to myself, is can the capes actually swap over? Because I forgot all about that. I wanted to ask that. And it looks like they can. The only issue is the magnets don't match up. So you have to find a way so the magnets will touch up here. So instead of it being where the orb is, the magnets will match right under the neck. So you got to be a little careful. So that gives way too much space. So what I could recommend that you do is that you pull out the amulet out a little bit and place it right under the amulet so it can hold a little. And if you do that, it should hold a little. Let's test it out. Probably wasting a little bit of your time, so I'm sorry about that, but I want to make sure I test it out. That way I don't tell you that, what you're doing is crazy. Nope. So it looks like it'll hold on one side, but not on the other. But if you can find a way to hold it under the amulet, it should work. So the magnets wise, for the blue cape, won't work on the red cape. So please keep that in mind. With the amulet, since we're talking about it, you actually get one opened version. Really nice green. I said orb. I keep saying orb, but I meant to say amulet. And one closed. So that's really nicely done. As far as hands, you'll get the same ones you got previously with Doctor Strange. You'll get 2 magical spell hands. And then you get 2 types of open palm. This is also, actually they're all spell hands, but they actually have differences. This one is a more open action palm one. This one is a more passive palm, I should say. You actually get this orb of Agamotto. And as you can see, it's slightly open. That's because click down and it closes. And you open it up. And under it is a globe that actually lifts up. You can actually lift it up. I haven't figured out how to get it to stay yet, but it can lift up a little bit. And it spins. This is actually really nice. Trying to figure out how to get it to stay. Don't know yet, but I will. But this is a very nice accessory. It definitely fits if you get a Doctor Strange Sanctum Sanctorium diorama, which I probably should get on to getting one of those. But anyway, the point that I'm making is it fits really well and I like it. And then you get 2 casted spells effects. These are different colors from the previous ones, being blue and yellow. This time you get one that is green. And you get one that is red. And these fit right over the arms of the glove hands. And I'm going to leave, you can actually have any sort of hand on when you do it. And they fit right over. And they fit on perfectly, as you can see here. Because I remember I got that wrong the first time around. But there's different ways you can do it and go about it. I won't say it's wrong, but there's different ways you can go about it. Overall, I like this Strange a lot. I like his cape a lot. I just really wish they were interchangeable so it can give you a little bit more fun, especially if you've already bought both. Which, I wish I would have gotten it, but I didn't. So, oh well. In the meantime, though, I want to compare him to the other Strange body so you guys can see the differences. So as you can see, ooh, why do you look a little taller? I wonder why that is. So his head is actually a little bit more, slightly more pale. The amulets are different. The symbol here is larger as well as different in the pattern design. And the pants pattern design is actually different as well. As you guys can see, pants pattern is actually different. And I checked, these are actually interchangeable. So don't worry about it. If you want to swap it out, you can. Just that their cloaks are not interchangeable. But yeah. Otherwise, these are both really good figures. Now to do a quick size comparison to show you where Strange kind of stacks up with other figures and other lines. And I'm going to put him next to a Mezco Punisher. So everyone can do some magic bullet crossovers. Strange is a pretty tall guy. So there he is next to... Ooh, sorry. Let me fix my focus. Sorry about that. So here he is next to Strange. And Strange is still taller. Here is Strange next to a Storm Collectibles Rain. Strange is pretty much up there in height next to Rain. And that's really rare, especially for a Storm Collectibles figure. So he's actually pretty close to being one of the tallest Mezcos there are naturally. Here he is next to an Articulated Icons Ninja. Got to work on that. Got to fix those joints. So actually he's pretty taller than Ninja as well. Here he is next to a Marvel Legends Spider-Man. So he's pretty tall. Taller than Marvel Legends, taller than Articulated Icons. He's just up there in height. Here he is with a normal SH Figuarts Kamen Rider Kuga, who he towers over. Here he is next to a Figma Kusanagi from Ghost in the Shell, who he completely and utterly towers over. He's almost double her height. Last but not least, here he is with a synthetic human. And then here he is with an SH Figure Arts Black Panther. The reason why is because Panther is a little bit taller, especially for the Marvel stuff and SHF. So it just shows you where he stands. So voila. In the meantime, guys, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you found it informative. Hope you really, really enjoyed it, But anyway, in the meantime, do good, be good, drink your water. Later.